The next is the style. We have all these aspects: the background overlay, the border, the shape divider, and the typography. Talking about the background, yes, the background can have an image, which is background image, or it can have a color. So here clearly we see the background color is black, and if you want to change the background of this, we can do that to a different color. So the type of background here is classic. We have gradient, so that for gradient you have about 2 colors or more. Those 2 colors can be used to create a gradient where one side of the section becomes deeper to the other color, and then the other side of the background becomes lighter or to the other color. So a gradient between those 2 colors. We can equally use a video as the background too, where we can insert the video URL here, or we can insert a slideshow where we pick some images from the media library as the background. In most cases, you may want to use the classic type of background, where you have 2 options: either to use a background color or background image. So as a website designer, you are going to make use of colors, and it is imperative therefore that you know something about colors when it comes to building web pages. Now there are various color systems, and the one that we use in website designing or with computers is the additive combination of colors, the additive color system. Now we know that colors are generated by mixing primary colors, and in this additive color system it is a combination of red, green and blue, and so the color is determined by the extent to which these 3 colors, red, green and blue, are mixed. For decimals, it ranges from 0 to 255, and what we call hexadecimals ranges from 00 to FF. And we are going to go through this so that you have a clearer understanding of this. So we have said that when it comes to the decimal, it is ranging from 0 to 255. Let's take red as a typical example. In this case, red has 255 as the highest value, and red has 0% of green and 0% of blue. That is, it has 0 over 255 for green as well as for blue. But with red itself, it has a complete 255. And with that, we are able to produce this decimal value and a corresponding hexadecimal value. Now, because 255 is the highest value, it is equated to FF, and 0 is equated to 00 on the hexadecimal scale. Let's work around this to have a clearer understanding. For instance, let's take green into consideration. So it means that green has 0 of red. Green doesn't have any element of red at all, because for primary colors you can't mix others to get them. They are colors that exist on their own. And in this example, being the additive system, red, green and blue are primary colors that necessarily don't need the addition of some colors to generate them. They are rather the basis of generating other colors. So in that case, green is 0%, or in this wise 0 out of 255 of red. It means it has no element of red at all, but it has a complete set of green, that is 255, a full percentage of green, and it has nothing of blue. Hence, in the RGB system, that is red, green, blue system, red, which represents the first 00, will be 0 because green doesn't have red. Then J, which is the next value for green, is full, so it will be FF, and then 00 for blue because green doesn't have any element for blue. So this is the system we are going to use. To see the same for blue, blue has a complete set of blue by itself. It has no element of red nor for green. So this is its hexadecimal value. Let's just combine the numbers and see something. Let's just mix them anyhow. So let's take this color for example. This color has 229 of red, 236 of green, and 78 of blue. Each of these have their corresponding hexadecimal values. Hence, the hexadecimal value for this color is the one that we can see here. Now we are going to use this extensively in our website projects. And you notice that by having a combination of different colors on this scale, you can have a total of about 16 million colors approximately. And this gives you unlimited number of colors that you can use in any project at all. The same principle is true of this, as this one being the interactive color wheel. If you place on any at all, it tells you the value of red, the value of green, the value of blue out of 255 and their corresponding hexadecimal values, so that it gives you the color code, the HTML color code of that color. For instance, if you place it here, you are able to take different shades. We have this, and that. The first one has this of red, this is also there, and then the other one. And you can copy this, any of these, and use it in your project. So if you go to your home page, instead of the color black, and you can see that the black has a hexadecimal value of 000 up to 6. It means that black has no element of red, neither does it have an element of blue nor green. That is why it is 00 for all of them. So if you press the color that we just copied, you see that it is giving you a different color gradient, a different color altogether. And the code of the color is the one that we can see here. But the question is, how do you know exactly which color shades to use so that you don't use colors that are too bright or too dull, that are unprofessional? How do you know which colors to use? There is an online tool that is so helpful in this regard. It is colorhunt.co. So if you come to this website, colorhunt.co, it gives you the various colors that you can use. These are for designers, so they are colors that are appealing to the eye. Here you have a wide range of colors to use, and you can search for colors. So let's say you want colors that are in a form of red, professional colors for that matter. So you can now choose any by just clicking on the code. Once you click on the hexadecimal code, it copies for you and you can use in your website project. For instance, if we paste that here, you see that is the color produced, and this color is beautiful. If you want a different color, let's say blue, then it gives you all of those in blue. If it is this one that is appealing, you copy this, and here we are using it as a color, background color. Then you can paste that and have your beautiful color at the background. If you want to clear it and change to another color, you can replace what is here with that color, or you can simply clear it and then paste another color here. So let's say I now want to use this color, then I will be able to add that color instead, and then I update the changes. If you want to use a background image instead of background color, you can equally do so here. So clicking on this will make you choose an image. It takes you to the media library where you can select an image or upload a new one. So let's say we want to use this image and we insert it. That becomes the background image. And clearly, as you are doing the work, you should know that the aim is that at the end of the day, you should have something that can be easily read by others. something that can be seen easily by them. So using a background image like this in this aspect, the background and this foreground combination is not the best. So you have to determine all this while you are doing your work. But here, as settings for the background image, we have various settings or various options. The position, we have center, center, center left, and all of the other positions that we can select. And you can select this one after another and see how it will be. And just as you know, this is what you see is what you get. Whatever result that is appearing by your settings is what will be the result at the end of the work if you change it and don't do any other changes to it. Then attachments, we have these options, scroll and then fixed. So you can play around all of these. The size, we have auto, we have cover, contain, and custom. So let's say you put it to auto, which is the default one. It remains the same. Cover ensures that it fits exactly as the image is. Then you have contain, and then also we have custom, where you can determine it by entering some values by pixels or the other indicators here. We can also determine it by percentage, where we can increase the percentage or decrease it. Now, should you make any mistake in course of designing or creating the page, in this case you can remove, if it is the image you didn't want to, you can simply remove the image. Or better still, if you place the cursor at the third element from the left here, you see history. Now clicking on that shows you all the changes that you've made. For instance, the last change we made was to edit a section. So they are all here, and we can revert to any whenever we deem so. So let's say that going through everything, you realize that you shouldn't have done all of these. You shouldn't have edited a section. You shouldn't have edited a section size. You shouldn't have edited attachments as the section. Then obviously you can move to where you are supposed to have stopped. It tells us that here we edited color. So if we want to revert to this stage, then we simply click on that. Then it brings us to that stage. And because it happened in the order in which it occurred according to time, we can be going back till we get to where we are supposed to leave it as it's supposed to be done. That is about reverting to the historical change that we've made.